Alright, let's do a part two. I gotta say the part two will be this the zooming in. But I gotta say my favorite part is and you gotta make sure you get this vibrato right. Because the first time I did it, it wasn't quite right. It needs to, much like the harp, it needs to be kind of round sounding. And you actually kind of achieve that by shaking the guitar a little bit. I do. So at the beginning, playing that thickest string, strumming. And I'm really not paying too much attention where I'm strumming from on a big way. But you still need to be ready to hit the down, up. This is a down and then the up. This here, down, up. So you need to be in position for that. Then you lift off. This attaches here. You need to be in position for that as well. You want this to sound smooth. Hit it again. Down, up. Slide. So that's a slide, 7 to 5. Sounds like a lot of notes, but you're really just walking it back. I can't remember what comes next now. It's not this already. Let's take it from here. Oh wait, I got it now. Alright. So in other words, from here we go. Lands right on it. So you want it to sound. Just take your hand off, right? So you can see I'm starting off the D chord with the middle finger up. Hitting the thickest string, strum, down, up, middle finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, upstroke on the 4th string. Boom, down, then this comes up just in time while your picking hand adjusts to go. And you don't have to slide all the way, you can slide a little less. You can kind of ghost your way over. And once you land there, that's with the 5th fret, 1st finger on the G string, ring finger, 7th fret, 4th string. And you're sliding in, like I said, down, up. So then you're sliding back with the ring finger, 4th string, fret 7 to 5, landing on fret 3, 4th string, and going back and forth to the 4th string, now the 5th. So I played it so much today, I'm losing my mind. Now this next one, it's another one you need a little vibrato to it, a little soul. Just, otherwise it's not going to sound quite right. That's making this, I'm calling it, think of your E minor, but you're playing the middle 2 strings. And you really got to slide into it kind of aggressively, because strings are going to provide some resistance. And you want it to sound even sounding, like that one. And while you're hitting those 2 upstrokes, kind of throw in that vibrato. And then you conveniently land here on the 5th fret. 5th fret G string. Now 7th fret 4th string. Back and forth. You land here ready to bar. You're barring on the 5th fret. Stick C string. So that's hammer on 5 to 7 on the 4th string. And you're picking 5th fret G string. 5th fret, 7th fret on the 4th string. And hammer on 5 to 7 on the G. Muted strum. You're barring again, but this time with the index. And this time you don't do the last part, because you're gonna go to time it right to go like this. Hammer on again, 5 7 on the 4th. So this one's more straightforward. Then another hammer on 5 7 on the 3rd. And you add the vibrato. Playing that middle finger is playing the 6th fret B string. 7th fret G. 5th fret G. Sliding back like before. I gotta remember, I gotta put it all together myself. Boom, back to this call again. Think of call and response. And then I don't know why, but on the Shorts channel I called this the shipwreck riff. I don't know why, it reminds me of something. That's kind of like that dark sound. And that's 3rd fret to the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Open. 5th string, 3rd fret. Open. So 3rd fret. 3rd fret, 4th string, G string open. That kind of slight tweak, some bend. So it's all on the 3rd fret, so just know that. Then you're sliding from 3 to 8. The timing on this is real particular. You hang on it for a second, just in time to go. Oh, hang on. And you hang on it just long enough, just in time to go. How do I do that? I'm holding down that bar the whole time, really, at the 7th fret. I'm adding the pinky. Starting out with it's actually at the 10th fret, 4th string. Then open, and then I'm going, the second one goes all the way up to the 5th string. And then bring the 4th string open. And a quick little slide. Boom, up, down. And there's that run. On the 4th string, 7, 6, 5, 3. Now we're on the 5th string, 5, 3. Slide on the thickest string now, 5 to 7 with your ring finger. Landing on the 5th string, 5th fret. You match that with the thickest string. That's the last thing I did. Actually, I played it without that bend, but that's really easy. It's between the 3rd fret and the 2nd fret. 3, 2, open, 3, 3, 2, open, 3, 2, open, 3, 2, open. And then I made that D chord again. I just played 5, 4. Really cool way to end it rather than, strumming all the strings, just go. So. Quickly make the chord, boom. A lot of cool stuff in this from this. Alright, so let's look at the other hand. Because that's the guitar is a two-handed instrument, and 15 minutes in. I didn't really. I uploaded the other one before midnight, so it won't even be like 2 videos in the same day. It'll be like a new day. Alright. So now I explain the whole thing, so I don't need to go fret by fret anymore. Just pay attention here. I'm making that D chord. Here's this part. Looking, and I know to strum those thickest 3 strings. Boom, up, down. Muting. See? Back on it again. Down. I actually just go like this. So that's the difference. Pay attention to this difference. Up, down. Actually, hang on. Start from here. I'm blanking out. Too tired. Okay, now watch. Boom, up, down. See, what I want you to see is how long I stay on each one. So this is... See there, that's it. That's where it ends there. So in other words, the first one you go the first one you stay on it longer. Hope you see what I mean. See, boom, boom, down. Here you just hit it, and then you end there. I am actually very tired. You know, and I did just get this down under my fingers. Knowing me, I don't want to sit on anything. So the key with that is, when you land on that, you have to be able to clear out, hit that thickest string. You don't want the fingers interfering once again. So you can clearly see what my hand is doing. Down. Let me not look at the camera. Let me look at my hand. I'm going to look at my fretting hand. You look at the camera. What I was gonna say was this requires a lot of picking accuracy. That's one of the things it requires. But it is one of the most fun things to play on the guitar. That I've learned so far. I was going to play it on the L00 original because it sounded really nice on that. Zoom in a little more on the fretting. It sounded really good on the L00 original guitar because that one is set up really good with these Elixir strings, and for whatever reason that brings out a really bold, a sound that's kind of surprising for its size, because this is a jumbo, and even this is not quite as on par with that L00 with Elixir strings with this song. I went to play with this one for today because this resembled the guitar of the inspiration for this video. The guy who was playing, I studied to learn this. I don't think it was a jumbo, it was probably a triple O. This guitar is basically what you'd call a quad O, but with the deep body of a dreadnought. But much like my O18, I don't find it to be I don't find the thicker strings to be, they still have that kind of, a little bit of that muffled quality. But overall, I do really like this guitar. I should play it more. Do you see what I mean, though? Well, obviously I shouldn't be playing the D chord because we're in the G chord, we're in drop D. Sound test. 25 or 28? Yeah, 25. Now that we're zoomed, I click on this and zoom in on it. Down, up. I don't know how far you can see. Slow that right down. Right, got that? Nice and slow. That's a quick slide. And that's quick landing on this. You can go up, down if you want. I do like this guitar though. Up, down. practice that for a minute. As much as you want. Oh, you can't see that, can you? This. It's a little too zoomed in. I still haven't found the perfect solution. Let's get that down first. You want us to work on that? Let's get that part down first. The subtle things is you want this to sound even, and even this, you're playing two strings at a time, you want it to sound even, because technically I guess you are playing the fourth string first, but you want it to sound even. D string, the down and the up need to sound even, then you're back to the single string. So remember that even sound. And that kind of goes with anything you're playing. Up, down. Each time my vibrato is consistent, and that's just because it's something I've worked on. But it's this right here, 6th fret, B string. You're going back where you came from. So remember that though. And just keep working at it. Copyright Shipwreck. This is the Shipwreck riff. Harmonica and guitar. You know why I think that is? I don't know why, but I think it's because when I was a kid I played this game called Dark Cloud, and it had this shipwreck level that the whole thing was like a shipwreck. And it had this kind of dark, I mean, it wasn't blues, but the whole level was blue. And it had this very dark soundtrack to it, very atmospheric. This riff could have been in there. without muting the thickest string. You know, try that. It almost reminds me of that medieval video. I'm not gonna do that now, but like when I would try to go without muting that D. Kind of like that. That same idea. You can sometimes letting certain strings ring out on purpose. That's why I say the L double O sounded so good with this, because it just had that droning kind of quality to it. Really a great modern Gibson, that guitar. I'm really fairly content with everything I got now. You know, it's time to just hone in on playing. If you wanted to talk about the drop D specifically, I could throw this tuner on just for you, because that's how you start out. Tuner. Check if the guitar went out of tune. The guitar's perfectly in tune, so there's your D string. That's your regular 4th string. So this is gonna match. You can use a tuner, you can do this by ear. Or you can use my video. I'll shut up and you listen. You could never do stuff like this in standard tuning. You could do that part, but you can't do this. You know? So if I wanted to, they say you should always tune up. So here I am now, my E, back to. Alright, back to normal. So you want to go down. Okay. Now we're back. Now we can't do that anymore. See how off that sounds? See? So in other words, it's easy to get into this drop D. It's easy to get into it. It's easy for just about any instrument to do it. To hold its own while you're doing it. But the thing about it is that it has a significant change, so you need to have some guidance as to how you're going to play. You can't just start playing any old thing. So I hope this was useful. If you want to take it in the blues direction, definitely start messing around with things like this. You can try to mix it. Because the thing is, you get into this, the idea is you're getting into a groove. You're getting into a mesmerizing, what's the word? Hypnotizing, mesmerizing, intoxicating, whatever you want to call it. However you want to describe it, that's the kind of groove this is. Also, it's really good practice for your down, up, down, up. Like if you look at this hand, you see, I'm low on time here, but this is the video I actually wanted to make, the in-depth discussion about this. So I'm holding that D chord again. I just want to show you the down, up. So that's down, 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 up, down. See that? the idea when you're strumming is to not have a tight, this isn't really the strumming, this is a little bit of strumming, but this is picking, that's why I picked this guitar, because it's, and rather not my J50, which I'm calling my rhythm guitar. But when you're playing like this, the idea is to anchor your hands on or to make a tight fist, but you'll notice when I'm playing, my hands are just kind of falling, somewhat naturally. That's nice. Right here's the part I only got to work out the timing of it. There's a little pause there. But however I played it in the beginning, it was pretty close to perfect. So the longer I get on with rambling, the further I get away from being on point. Especially 40 minutes in. Definitely some good food for thought. I was talking about. Alright, well, I think it's going to close out pretty soon. I said just about everything I set out to say. That rosewood. It's the only guitar I have with rosewood. These 90s Martins have their own vibe going on. It is your vibe that attracts your tribe. Still going. I don't know how much longer it'll go. I might throw the guitar away for today. It's been a tiresome day, honestly. Oh, the next video I'm gonna make is the old Hohner Golden, or maybe not the next, but it's pretty soon. The old Golden Melody versus the new Golden Melody. Because basically I started playing that other Golden Melody that they sent me. I got two. It's a little preview of the next video. And the other one is so much better compared to the other one, even though they're the same. The other one has got way superb playability and responsiveness, and the shape is something to get used to, which I've been, and now that I've spent a considerable amount of time playing it, usually before work, I think that I can go back and assess it now and really compare side by side how each one is out of the box, because the other one is fine, and that's not a good representation for the new Golden Melody. one of them's fine and one of them, isn't responsive at all. So when I'm in the right mood, I'll make that video. I'm doing a lot of guitar stuff lately. But just know I haven't stopped playing harp. I still take the harp with me to work, and I still at least practice. I do a lot of vibrato practice. I practice my repertoire. So, and still try to take on some new material as often as I can. And then I'll learn to pick up a few songs and other things here and there as well. So don't think just because you're seeing all this string stuff that I just like go weeks and weeks without touching the harp at all. That's not the case. I do play. I play pretty good, especially